The absolute first thing out-of-state buyers ask me when they look at houses in Lafayette is about the water. They want to know whether the house will flood, how much insurance will cost, and whether they need to buy a boat just to get to work. Today, we're uncovering the absolute truth about Lafayette's flood zones. We're breaking down the difference between Flood Zone X and Zone AE, explaining why the FEMA maps don't tell the whole story, and showing you exactly how to protect your investment when buying in Acadiana. Hey y'all, I'm Drake Abshire, your Lafayette real estate expert with the Solux Group. I help you navigate the local landscape so you can buy with absolute confidence. Let's pull up the maps and look at the real data. So let's talk about understanding the Zone X versus AE. When you look at the property listing in South Louisiana, you'll see a flood zone designation. The holy grail you are looking for is Flood Zone X. This means the property is considered an area of minimal flood risk, and your mortgage lender isn't going to require you to carry mandatory flood insurance. If you see Flood Zone AE or A, it means the area is high risk and insurance will be mandatory. But here is the secret most realtors won't tell you. Just because a house is in Flood Zone X doesn't mean it can't flood, and just because a house is in AE doesn't mean it will be underwater. You've got to look at the specific elevation of the dirt the house is built on, not just a color line on a government map. An interesting fact is Flood Zone X is defined by FEMA as an area outside the 500-year floodplain with low to moderate historical risk. Flood Zone AE indicates a 1% annual chance of flooding, requiring mandatory flood insurance for federally backed mortgages. A common question I get is, should I completely walk away from any house sitting in Flood Zone AE? Definitely not. Many homes in Zone AE are elevated and well above the base flood level, meaning the actual risk is incredibly low and the insurance premium might only be a few $100s a year. Let's talk about number 2, which is the elevation and local topography. Lafayette is unique because our topography isn't completely flat. We have natural ridges, rolling hills, and an incredible system of drainage coulees that move water away from our neighborhoods and down toward the Vermilion River. When we tour property together, I look at the yard slope, street drainage, and how the surrounding neighborhoods handles a heavy summer thunderstorm. A home sitting on a natural high ridge in Central Lafayette is radically safer than a home built in a low-lying basin, even if the government maps put them in the exact same category. More facts is that Lafayette features a comprehensive system of natural and man-made coulees designed to handle heavy subtropical rainfall events. Elevation certificates provide the exact measurements of a home's foundation relative to the base floodplain elevation. A common question is, if I buy in Zone X, should I skip buying flood insurance entirely? I always tell my clients to buy preferred risk policy anyway. Because it's in Zone X, the policy is incredibly cheap, usually around $600 a year, and it gives you absolute peace of mind against unpredictable weather. Let's talk about number 3, the 2026 insurance reality. Over the last few years, FEMA has completely changed how it calculates flood insurance premiums nationwide, using a system called Risk Rating 2.0. They no longer look at your zone, they look at your exact distance to water, the cost to rebuild your home, and your precise foundation height. This means 2 houses on the exact same street can have radically different insurance prices. When we write an offer on a house, we make sure to get a seller's current insurance declaration page during our due diligence, so there are 0 financial surprises at the closing table. Important facts to keep in mind is that FEMA's Risk Rating 2.0 uses advanced technology to calculate insurance premiums based on the individualized property risk rather than broad zones. Foundation type, building elevation, and proximity to water sources are the primary cost drivers under the current system. A common question I hear is flood insurance going to double my monthly mortgage payment? For the vast majority of homes in Lafayette, absolutely not. If we select the property strategically, the flood insurance is a very minor line item in the overall monthly housing budget. Navigating South Louisiana real estate requires an expert who actually understands the dirt. I built a custom Lafayette flood risk checklist that we run on every single property before our buyers make an offer. Text zone to the number below, and I'll send it straight to your phone. Now that you understand how the landscape works, let's look at the neighborhoods that hold their value best. Watch my next video, The Moncus Park Effect, to see how our biggest park is changing real estate values.